Hello, Commanders, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous Return from Beagle Point. Our topic for today is going to be discussing a video I watched on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I don't know, just really starting to lose some popularity. But before we hop into that, we're going to go ahead and welcome our new viewers. We'll talk about that in just a second. I would like to also remind everybody that we are running a GoFundMe campaign for my mother-in-law's car that got totaled in a hit-and-run accident. Liability-only insurance, which will not be coming to the rescue, and so there's a lot of drama that's going on with that, but we're trying to figure that situation out. If you'd like to do a good deed, please click the link, the GoFundMe link in the description and in the comment section, and you know, donate whatever you feel is appropriate. I have absolutely nothing to do with that, so any money you donate is going to the good cause, not to me. So for the new viewers, we have a cycle of operations that we do here while I'm talking about whatever subject we're going over. We go ahead and pop our discovery scanner, and since we're already in the system, I'll go ahead and cover those as we do them. We check the number of bodies. There's 7 in this system. I have an arbitrary 15 body limit before we're going to go ahead and do a full-on scan of the system. Oh, that's fine. Let's see. When we pop in here, we're looking for Earth-like worlds. If you look down in the bottom right of the screen, we're looking at Earth-like worlds, ammonia worlds, and water worlds for just planetary scans. And then, like I said, if there's 15 bodies or less, we'll go ahead and do a full-on individual scan of each body just to see if there are any biological signatures. The goal of this trip has been to get elite status or elite rank in our exobiology, as well as hopefully make enough money to purchase a fleet carrier and take that out into the black with all of our ships and just, you know, kind of find a bunch of fun different things to do. As well as maybe bring some people along for the ride if they want to join in for that next phase of the adventure. So that's the cycle of operations. Like I said, I try to have a topic of discussion while we're doing all of this, because jumping and scanning and landing and scanning and doing all that stuff gets kind of boring. So having something to talk about makes things just a little bit more interesting. So I watched a video, an Asmund Gold video, where he was reacting to a video where somebody was talking a lot of crap about The Rock, because apparently he's this super fake person who just is in it for the money and trying to, you know, trying to sell himself as this super wholesome, nice guy who, you know, is just out there just trying to help people. Now, several of the points that the video made seemed kind of babyish to me. You know, everybody lies. Like if you're under the impression that there are people out there who are just good people and they don't lie, then you're naive, and you need to kind of reevaluate the way you look at the world, because every single person on this planet, including you lie. Everybody lies. Everybody lies about something. And the more important, the more recognized you are, the more people that pay attention to you, the more you're going to lie, because you are trying to portray yourself with a certain image, and you're going to try to conform yourself, at least while you're in the public eye, to fit that mold. Everybody who puts themselves into a public life, into a public light, does that, myself included. I have a very, very small audience, and even still, you know, the face that you guys see from me while I'm doing these videos is very different from the face that I have in private. For example, I'm on here talking to you in a very calm and collected manner, and not even an hour ago I was screaming and shouting at the top of my lungs while I was trying to work on some stupid thing that just wasn't working for me. I have a serious anger management problem, and I release it immediately because it's just easier to do it that way. So, you know, I'm one of those people for whom road rage is an issue. I have done some pretty stupid things in a car in my life because somebody made me mad. I've gotten out of the car I've never gotten out of the car on somebody, but I have gotten out of the car in response to somebody else road raging on me, and you know, and my kids were in the car. Like, I have that kind of an anger problem. So I stopped because we're doing the full scan, and I'm not bragging about it. I'm not proud of it. It's not something that you should do. I'm sharing this to give you guys an example of everybody puts on a face when they're around people they don't know, or they're around people that, you know, you need to put that face in front of. You don't want people knowing that, you know, in private you're a psycho of some kind. So, you know, anybody who looks at somebody like The Rock and has this idea that they're this perfect person who deserves your idol worship, that's a problem. Like, you really need to take a step back and start casting around the world with a more cynical eye, because nobody on this planet is perfect. Nobody on this planet is 100% wholesome. Nobody on this planet has is in a place where they don't have something that other people are going to look at them and go, what? Everybody has something. It's just the way we are. Everybody has negativity. Everybody has fakeness. Everybody lies about whatever it is that's important to make sure that the people in their life either aren't hurt or don't find out about it because you're embarrassed or whatever it is. Every single person, including you, has something. You can try to pretend that you don't, but no reasonable person is going to believe you. Everybody has something. And I think that most people understand. I think most people understand this about The Rock, but where everybody appears to be having a problem is just the fact that the way he portrays himself is in a way that makes it so that he offends. Oh, here we go. 2 biological signatures. We'll go ahead and land over there and find out what those are. He apparently portrays himself in a way that is intended to offend the least number of people, because he doesn't want to lose money because he pisses people off. And I guess, I don't know, a lot of people are bothered by that because they want him to be this outspoken, no BS guy, and it's like, well, you don't make any money that way. And regardless of, the badass origins of The Rock, these days he's an older gentleman with an image and a career to maintain, and if he has to do certain things to make sure that stays that way, I don't think he's stupid for doing that. I don't know. A lot of the things that people are getting, a lot of the fake thing, like apparently he lies and he does all these other things, and it's like, well, yeah, but everybody lies and everybody does things. Everybody does things hoping to cater to whatever is going to provide you with the lifestyle that you want. A lot of people call that, being a little bitch maybe, or selling your soul, or whatever it is that you. Oh, I forgot we were heading over to a water world. Okay, that's what that is. I thought I was getting ready to jump to the next system, and I forgot that we had a water world over here. Oh, no, wait. There was a water world and a biology. Hold on a second. I got to stop. I got distracted by my conversation. All right, which one of these is the water? Let's go do the water. We'll scan the water world first. Terrestrial water world. Just making sure, because it was just the one. So let's do that first. Yeah, 200 light seconds away for that one. We definitely want to do that first. Then we'll head over to the other body and scan and then get the biology from there. Do I not have the... There we go. All right, cool. There's a lot of people in the world who... There's a lot of people in the world who value genuineness. And I guess his real sin is just that he doesn't come out and say, hey guys, I just want to make lots of money, and that's all I really care about. And whatever I have to do to make that happen, I'm going to do it. But the reality is that anybody who would come out and say something like that isn't going to get to the place that they want to get to. To look at somebody like The Rock and be mad at him because he's being very careful and doing and behaving in a way that is going to guarantee, or at least up to this point, it has guaranteed that he's going to get the maximum amount of money possible, is pretty hypocritical, if I'm being honest with you. Anybody who looks at somebody like The Rock and gets mad at them for behaving the way that he's behaving is in some serious self-denial, because if you were in that position and you had access to the resources that he has access to, you'd be doing exactly the same thing. I don't know, it boggles my mind that people get so up in arms over a lot of this stuff, and it's like, yeah, it's easy to sit there when you don't have that same kind of pressure and you don't have that same kind of thing going on. You don't have any kind of stakes when it comes to your behavior and the causes that you stand up for and the image that you're putting out there, and then you're going to criticize somebody who is massively successful because he's doing what he thinks he needs to do to maintain that success. I don't know. Like, I know there's people that are going to disagree with this point of view, but it's like, you know, while I like to think that if I grow my channel up to the point where I'm making lots and lots of money, that I won't sell myself out for something like that. Like, I truly believe I won't do that. But at the same time, I'm not in that situation, and I've never had exposure to that kind of money, and I've never had exposure to that kind of pressure. And the world changes very suddenly once your circumstances are different. And once you get to the point where, you know, you're at the top pinnacle of society like The Rock is, you know, imagine the amount of pressure that he's under to really need, not even just want, but he needs people to like him for his business model to continue, because he's built his business model off of, I'm a cool guy, I'm a nice guy, I'm a helpful guy, I'm a positive guy, I'm all these things, I'm trying to be out there in the world doing good. And, you know, nobody can be that, right? You know, supposedly the only person in the world who's ever been able to do that and actually be genuine about it is Jesus Christ, who, you know, you believe or not believe, doesn't matter. The point is that even we have a story about a single person that was supposedly able to do that. Nobody's able to do that. Least of all The Rock. Least of all anybody else. I don't understand this culture that we have where people idolize human beings, knowing full well that, you know, each of us is imperfect, each of us is flawed, each of us has serious problems that if anybody found out about them would immediately have us shunned from whatever groups we're in. Everybody does. Every single person does. And it's just, I don't understand this idolization thing. Like, I have celebrities that I like their characters. I don't know anything about them personally. I don't follow them. I don't know anything about their personal lives, or, you know, who they're married to or dating, or like, I have no interest in their personal lives. I just like the characters that they played. Like, if I got a chance to meet Morgan Freeman, I'd be excited about it, but not because I worship Morgan Freeman or anything like that. It's just because he's played in so many cool roles that I'd love to meet the guy who did those roles, because it'd be kind of cool. So it's just, I think the point I'm really trying to make with this topic of conversation that I'm doing right now is that we as a society are just way too quick to start, you know, casting stones at people and not understanding more than just the, hey, he's not doing what I think he should be doing aspect of it. It's like, yeah, of course he's not, because he's a person and he has his own ideas about the way the world should be. And, you know, he's been lucky enough to be catapulted to the top of what we've decided society is. He's made all kinds of money. He's had all kinds of success, and, you know, he's got to do what he's got to do to maintain that success. And if you were in that same situation, I guarantee you'd be doing exactly the same thing that he is. You'd be terrified, absolutely terrified of saying something that's going to offend people to the point where you lose sponsorships, you lose business opportunities, you lose your livelihood. Anytime your livelihood is dependent upon the opinion of other people, you're going to do what you got to do to make sure that opinion stays positive, to make sure that those opportunities remain available. That's what it is to step into the public light. You don't get to be the most genuine version of yourself if you choose to step into the public domain, because you can't be that. You just can't. You cannot be that. Some people maybe can do that. Certain people are able, like, if you choose to be the asshole, then, maybe you can be a more genuine version of yourself. But even then, you're not being 100% genuine in that context either. You're still getting out. Anytime you're out in front of people, you have to maintain that persona of being the jerk. So, it's just, it boggles my mind that people are so enamored with and then become disillusioned with these people that they choose to put up on a pedestal. And then they're surprised when that person does not turn out to be what they thought they were. It's like, okay, this person lied about this. Well, yeah, of course they lied about this, because they're trying to maintain an image. And just because you found out about it doesn't mean, I think you guys get what I'm trying to say here. It's like, anybody who puts themselves, you yourself, when you go out into public, probably don't behave quite the same way that you do when you're behind closed doors. You know, maybe you have a little bit more of a polite attitude, or maybe you cover yourself up a little bit more, or maybe you don't act like a slob quite as much, or, you know, there's all different kinds of things that we do that we change when we're out in public, that we, you know, as opposed to what we do when we're in the privacy of our own home. All right, is this back? All right, no, that's our, this is our stratum tectonicus, our 100 million credit biology that we're gonna grab here real quick. So, you know, it's just the hypocrisy of people it just astounds me. The fact that somebody got on and made a video about all this stuff, and it's like, okay, so he lied. Maybe he lied about some things. So what's your point? He's a celebrity. He has to lie. He doesn't have a choice. He absolutely must lie. You know. Now, the question becomes, you know, when does the lying become unreasonable? And, you know, that's a subject for debate. You know, maybe some people found some of the things he said to be crossing the line between, you know, maintaining his persona versus, you know, being a scumbag. The video that I watched, I didn't see anything in the video that screamed scumbag to me. You know, maybe trying to portray some things that weren't quite real, that, you know, could have been explained away. There's something about, you know, going to eat fast food and saying he had never been there before, but then he has a couple more posts saying, "Oh, my first time at In-N-Out." My first time, he had like 3 different posts that said that. Okay, that's kind of ditzy. I don't know if that's necessarily like the most horrible thing in the world. Maybe he forgot, or maybe he's just, you know, he's trying to get impressions. He's going to say what he's got to say to get impressions. That's not really necessarily scummy, in my opinion. You know, it's kind of doofy, I think, but I don't think it's like scummy. And then the other thing was something about he was portraying his Black Adam movie as being more successful than it was, but then the guy in the video specifically said he didn't post that until after he had talked to his finance people. So, you know, how is he the one lying about the movie when he went and specifically waited to talk to his finance people before going out with that post? Like, if you're gonna blame anybody, blame the finance people. They're the ones that said that stuff. All right, is this I'm gonna try to land right here. Whoa, why am I? Whoa. Okay, not sure why that was going on. And then, so, you know, and the examples got progressively worse, but all of the examples, the big one was the steroids thing. I think a lot of people were mad because, he makes it seem like he doesn't do steroids, but then you look at his body and it's like, you look like you do steroids, dude. And then, you'll have to go to watch the video yourself. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description to the video that I was watching. But it's just, you know, my understanding of The Rock is that, for the most part, the energy that he's trying to put out into the world is a pretty positive one. He seems to go out of his way to try to, you know, put the best face on things, to try to motivate people to be better than where they are. And, you know, regardless of whether that's a lie or not, if I have to choose between a person who lies to put on a positive mask and a politician who lies to line his own pockets at my expense, well, you know, that's not really a hard decision for me. I would much rather have somebody who's out there, you know, trying to put more positivity in the world than, you know, the crap that we have to deal with on a daily basis from the many other sources in the world. And that's just kind of my thought process on that. Now, obviously, I don't know everything about the whole Rock situation. You might know something more than I do. Maybe can we scan it then? Maybe he's done some things that are truly, you know, predatory or whatever, but I've never heard of anything. And even though the video pointed out that, yeah, maybe he's a hypocrite, or maybe he's just uninformed, or maybe he's trying to pull the wool over your eyes to make himself seem different than he is, I don't really see that as like, I don't know. I guess I just don't see it the same way that other people do. It doesn't seem that bad to me. And compared to, you know, the good that he's probably done in the world, like he's like the donating to charity and stuff like that. Like one of the points on the thing was that he donated $5 million to charity, and people were mad because he didn't donate more. Oh, you got all this money. It's like, dude, he gave $5 million. How many rich people give $5 million to anything? Like, I mean, I realize I know you can come back with me the tax deductible and all that stuff, but still, the point is, you know, something happened to something he cared about, and he stepped up and provided a significant amount of funds, and he's trying to encourage other people to do it too. Like, how? It's like the Mr. Beast thing. Like, people go out there and do good things, and then they're criticized for it because for whatever reason, either because they didn't do what people felt was enough, or they did it the wrong way, and they did it in a way that people thought was self-aggrandizing or whatever. And it's like, you know, they went out and they actually did something positive in the world. And how about, instead of complaining about the way that they did it, or, you know, the reasons why they did it, how about you appreciate that they did it, and then you know, figure out a way to help the situation yourself if you're so concerned about it. Like, I just don't understand people in general, I think. I guess that's really the crux of the situation here, is I don't understand people in general. We're all way too up in each other's business, in my personal opinion. And then when people put themselves in public, there's a reason why a lot of people don't put themselves out in public, is because they don't want to get exposed to that crap. So it's like you try to do good things, and then you get stomped on for it. Again, you know, I don't really follow The Rock or anything like that, so maybe you guys know more than I do. Feel free to leave a comment down below to educate me on the subject, but you know, I don't know. Anyways, that was my rant about that particular subject for today. We're already 22 minutes in, so we're gonna go ahead and call it an episode. Hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click that like button if you did, so that the YouTube algorithm will know, and send the video out to as many people as possible. If you are not a subscriber, please consider doing so now, so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your feed and you will be able to watch it as soon as it becomes available. Channel members get early access to all of my content, so be sure to click that join button, check out the list of options available there, and decide if any of those are right for you. If you're not interested in a continuing membership, you can always leave YouTube's version of a tip with that thanks button. Direct contributions are greatly appreciated and a critical component to helping to turn this channel into a full-time gig, which is the dream. So again, thank you very much for your time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to come back for the next one, and I'll see you then.